Hello everyone, today we are going to be talking about Royal Talens Ecoline brush pens. Royal Talens is known for having bright, vibrant colors, and many people know of their liquid watercolor line that they have, and these coincide with their watercolor line. So these pens are the same color names as their liquid watercolors. So first let's talk about what are these. These are flexible nib brush pens that come in highly intense pigmented colors. The colors are super saturated and they have dye-based ink. The nib is extremely flexible, which allows for brush lettering with thin upstrokes and thick downstrokes. Now these come in tons and tons of sets. I have seen them in singles, I have seen them in sets of 5, I have seen them in sets of 10. They have just tons of different curated sets. So they have fall colors, pastel colors. There is such a variety. You can find any color scheme that you like. The paper that I love to use with these is the Canson XL watercolor paper. It is perfect to withstand the highly saturated ink. These do a decent job at blending, but as you can see, it does get a little bit more difficult to pick up the color without having that harsh line right there of the transition. So you do have to watch out for that. So as you can see, after I let it dry for 5 minutes, this one was a little bit difficult to get rid of that harsh line. More difficult than some of the other markers that I have tried. Blending color to color, it does a really great job of staying wet on the paper. So it is easy to blend from one color to another. This is a more flexible nib, so the upstrokes can be thin, but they can also be a little bit thicker if you add a little bit too much pressure. So just beware of that. And as you can see, the variety of downstrokes is huge. You can also see that as I push harder, more of the ink comes out. So when it does dry, sometimes it leaves pools and puddles of the ink as it dries. So just a heads up. I store my pens horizontally and I just put them in this little container. It's actually a makeup container, but I use mine for my pens. So my overall opinion, let's talk about the pros first. I love the vibrant colors that they have. I love that they have pastel colors. And I do like that these match up with their Royal Talens Ecoline liquid watercolor line as well. You can use these to dip into your liquid watercolors and it's not going to stain the tip. They are made to work interchangeably. So I often get questions about, isn't that going to ruin the tip? And no, it's not. If you just continue to color on a piece of paper, it will basically wipe away the excess color that you dipped the pen into. I also like that with these, it creates a really thick downstroke, which I think is unique. Not all large brush pens create such a thick downstroke, so I really like that about these. I also like that you can purchase them in so many different sets. I know that for the fall, I think I purchased the fall color collection and it had a really nice color scheme for fall. So they do a good job curating the colors together to make palettes that work. Really, the only con that I can think of is just that when you push too hard, it lets out a lot of the ink, and so as you can see in some areas when it's drying, it does puddle and make little pooled areas because the lighter ink dries faster than when you push down really heavy on the nib. So it does leave marks that show that. So if you don't like that look, then you probably don't want these. But all in all, I do love these. Don't get me wrong. That is really something that doesn't bother me because I like the look of watercolor and that natural and organic look. So I really love these personally. You can also use them as basically like watercolor. You can color onto a ceramic plate or palette and then just dip your brush in water and then dip it in the color, and then you can paint with it. Although the colors are not going to be as vibrant as they would be straight from the pen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any other pens that you want me to review or any other topics you want me to cover.